Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. This is, of course, Pro Wrestling Logic. We've got almost 1,900 audios available for your listening pleasure, and this is the All Star Wrestling Series for August 1st, 1981. Just about a year and a couple of days before or a month and a couple of days before I was born. Anyway, we move into August of 1981, hot on the trails of some interesting action in the last few weeks. This is SD Jones defeating Ron Shaw to kick off the program. SD Jones, of course, has been around for a pretty consistent length of time at this point, several years, in and out of the territory. SD Jones, of course, also doing some international stuff into Africa, the West Antilles, where he's originally from, and other African countries, as well as, I believe, sometime in Australia and in Europe throughout. SD Jones, of course, being in that position and certainly wanting to be a guy who manages to continue to be in some of the best run uh, kind of jumps of things in terms of he's around for quite a while. SD Jones, though, in this particular run of things, we see kind of the opening of Pedro Morales defeating Johnny Roz and other such matches, as it were. Although Robert Soto is here as well. Various other guys in a position of authority, and we see kind of the run of Mr. Fuji and friends, uh, including Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito, here along the way, and Fuji and Saito running things in a about to become major tag team, and SD Jones is his tag team partner, not exactly a barn burn of a match. Fuji, of course, not known for being a major wrestler. Saito, more known for his AWA work. Double team by Fuji and Saito throughout, and a super basic match here. Lots of double chops, lots of aggression by Fuji and Saito. Drop of the knee and karate chops and kicks and punches. Basically, the Oriental tag team, or the Japanese tag team, as it were, dominating the entire thing. Fuji also going for the bombs away. Saito with a suplex, and obviously, Mr. Captain Lou Albano happy with his new tandem by any stretch of the imagination. This actually, I believe, from the Championship Wrestling edition of things here to open the show, just because the lighting is different in the room. Although I don't know that they actually told us this at the beginning of the program. In any event, we open to the more traditionalized view for the All Star Wrestling portion of the program. Pedro Morales and Johnny Roz. Obviously, Morales, former Intercontinental Champion and former World Champion, defeating Roz in relatively quick order. Roz and Morales have done battle several times before. Obviously, Johnny Roz not faring too well, as he is often the test for various guys coming into the territory. Um, Pedro Morales kind of stalking around, getting as much out of things as he possibly can. Cinching up on the chin lock, cinching up on all sorts of things. And again, Pedro hitting a couple of shots along the way and coming at things from a deeper directive, as far as, more of a punch kick mentality to things as we go forward. Pedro slips over, gets a sunset flip attempt, and Pedro finally does get the Boston Crab. Of course, Pedro kind of really talking about wanting to get to be champion again, wanting to be the Intercontinental Champion one more time. That's the main focus of Pedro Morales in this particular run. And then we see a promo from the new Intercontinental Champion, Don Muraco, well, relatively new, as he gets into the ring with interestingly enough, young Kurt Hennig. A very one-sided match, obviously, although a sunset flip from Hennig does look good in the middle of the match, and Hennig shows athletic prowess even when he is not in a position to be a really strong competitor there. Don Morocco, of course, beating Kurt Hennig with a splash off the top rope. The Wizard wears the title belt around his waist before returning it to Morocco after the contest, getting extra heat with the fans. Hennig, obviously, much thinner than we would know him in the years to come, but still showing in the athletic prowess that would earn him the reputation as a major bumper for the guys. And to think about a guy like Don Morocco, hitting a bunch of kind of high flying maneuvers and the like, getting what he wants out of things in a very simplistic nature to the match, and again, kind of coming out and disrespecting the belt, as would be the continuation of things there. Don Morocco gets the successful nature of his match, doesn't exactly get everything he wants out of things, but the top rope splash and the victory for Morocco. Roberto Soto managing to meet the unknown, so to speak, and manages to, get a punch kick mentality through the process there. Not exactly your match of the night or anything like that, but at the same time, still managing to get the victory, as it were, and getting a deeper, I guess you'd say, a deeper run of things, as my computer dings at me and tells me that I'm offline or something such. Anyway, kind of continuing the foray into regular run, and this particular journey is an interesting one in that you're not going to have a whole bunch of randomized matches here, but you're going to get Robert Soto defeating an unknown in relatively quick order, punch kick and a suplex. Then George Steele, of course, alongside Classy Freddie Blassie, his manager and cohort, leading to the punch kick mentality of Steele. Steele not really having many major programs, maybe having a run with Backlund here and there, but in the end, he's just there to kind of fill the cards out in the summer months into the beginning of fall, right before they go back to school. And then I don't know that he goes full-time until 84, 85, 86, somewhere in there, the expansion era. But anyway, we close out on that note. We'll be back with more right after this.